Hi everybody, my name is Julius Haag and I'm an assistant professor teaching stream in the Department of Sociology here at UTM. I want to thank everybody for making the time to check out this virtual lightning talk. I'm excited to join you all today to discuss a new assessment I'm using in my 300 level Sociology of Crime course. The course uses the lens of local issues in the GTA to examine a range of public policy and social justice issues. The learning objectives of the course center around public sociology and criminology, with a focus on knowledge translation and the application of criminological and sociological scholarship to real-world topics. With the base of the course established, I now want to turn my attention to the digital policy brief assessment strategy. The use of policy briefs is nothing new in undergraduate settings. However, in my experience, they aren't a widely deployed assessment strategy in criminology or law and society programs. Policy briefs serve a number of valuable pedagogical goals, which I believe complement the overarching objectives of the sociology program. In completing the assignment, students are engaging with a variety of public policy issues, and particularly they're challenged to apply sociological and criminological scholarship in analyzing the policy responses to their chosen topic. In doing so, students are developing rhetorical awareness and effective writing skills. They're focusing on writing for non-academic settings. They focus on including the purpose of their piece and identifying their audience, identifying key stakeholders, avoiding the use of jargon, structuring their arguments, and the integration of various communication strategies. Each policy brief is 2 pages in length, not including references or other supporting information. The assignment details and format are introduced at the beginning of the semester, along with a list of general topic areas that correspond to the issues investigated by the course. Given the requirements of teaching online and the complexities of learning during a pandemic, I want to offer students an assignment with built-in flexibility, both in terms of topic selection and due dates. Students can select or suggest a topic of interest and a corresponding due date, with assignments being due the day before their corresponding lecture unit. While the topics are focused on the course themes, those themes offer students significant latitude and agency in identifying the issue or topic that interests them, and indeed this is essential to student success as they focus their approaches to produce an effective and targeted submission. Students have positively evaluated this type of flexibility and the ability to engage with topics that are related to their interests. Additionally, I want to offer students a multimodal assignment that leverages some of the common online communication tools that we are used to using, including options to integrate videos, embedded links to podcasts, and animations for tables, designs, and graphs. Many students took advantage of these opportunities, producing visually compelling documents that reached outside of the communication strategies we typically associate with academic writing. As I mentioned earlier, policy briefs are not as widely employed in sociology or crime law and society classrooms. As such, it was important to both clearly explain the assignment structure and guidelines, but also to model assignment objectives and outcomes in lecture settings. To begin this conversation, I introduced a new module at the beginning of the semester where I used in-class time to discuss the assignment, including reviewing the instructions, sharing examples, as well as links to guides and FAQs on policy briefs. These resources and the rubric were also posted to a module on the course website. As the semester continued, I integrated elements of the assignment objectives into lectures, including working to identify key stakeholders, discussing policy objectives and implementation, and focusing on clearly articulating the connections between theory, research, and practice. In doing so, I sought to integrate approaches that students can consider when assessing their own topics and devising their recommendations. The policy brief also differs from a more conventional academic essay, as it seeks to ask students to work with a greater variety of non-academic sources, including media outlets, public policy documents, commentaries, and even information derived from social media sources. I use lecture settings and posts on the course website to share examples of these different sources of information in order to guide students in assessing their relevance and applicability to their own topics. This is the first year I've offered this assignment, and student feedback has been overwhelmingly positive. However, there are areas for improvement that I plan to address, and I'd like to briefly discuss those with you now. Foremost, since this is a new assignment and one that many students are unfamiliar with, there remain questions and concerns from students about how to best approach this assignment, the suitability of their topics, identifying appropriate sources, and the overall structure and formatting concerns that come with a new assignment. Additionally, some students did express concerns about being able to effectively integrate different communication strategies and the related time management issues in terms of integrating these strategies to their document. To address these concerns, I offered students one-on-one appointments to review their ongoing assignments, suggest different design options, and to communicate that a strong submission could still use communication strategies that students were more familiar with, including a focus on tables, charts, diagrams, and photographs. Moving forward, I plan to further develop my introductory document to share some of these resources and additional approaches to document design at the outset of the semester. Presently, the policy briefs are valued at 20% of students' overall grade. I believe that the value of these briefs could be scaled up with a longer brief intended to replace, say, a paper or essay, or scaled down to focus on a more policy memo-style format where students complete a series of shorter reflection-length documents. I also plan to include a scaffolded design in future iterations of the course, whereby students will be submitting elements of their briefs in stages to give formative feedback. I want to close my discussion by thanking you sincerely for taking the time to view this lightning talk, and I look forward to your questions and comments either during the planned session, or please do feel free to email me to connect.